And da benada ehinime ne bosome da etoso eduonu wotwe wa fempino ni eduonu enum adishma me mo bibia aha ma wakwaba edeba Cstv news at 24 eso emre na so nsema yetwegu omanmu ene oman hodo so no yede be so mo se kase na nsem no yehwe de bedi mutitima ankasa impenifo de abetu edwa se sie die eye mother tanki ye besua ewo ye mofra na se class 3 any kg afeso no national health insurance impenifo so e de kokobo e de ama wona chese register so bi ekope ayaresa e wa ayaresa bia we ni insema hodo a wo bete e wa kase Sarah's Dream Jewelries Trade by Manel, Amsa Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, KS Wafimes Co. Limited, Celeste Suite Tom Brown, NAP Apartment Hotel, and I saw in Navia Yedeka say yes soon. Miss Amaja Penny made soon, meeting any mame, ama bafua. Oko Facebook na CSTVGH, Sanso and YouTube, yes, CSTVGH, Oko I like a share. Now, things of Wajin so eto asiem Pimno. Ebe kinkaini na ede ama mayenda ya husima yaba ede nchrimanka sabe songo. Meda se edi ameje so ene mame ama bafua na ye hye yensem na se ne deni kwa akochire mu ewo asoye achese ehumesua asoye na executive director Edema Center for National Distance Learning and Open School professor Adiya Munin eden sama betu edwa wo trebu sendei amone asoye wo hwe yadisuansem so aka wo ho aboma omba be yehwehwemu mapa ede afa yadisuansem so se ne be ya ebetimi aboa na changes ahodo a chese wo hia no so betimi edimu na adisuane adetren so etimi abeye krabehwe.
Our ministry remains committed to supporting research, policy, and innovation ecosystems that foster national competitiveness. Among our priorities are the implementation of the National Digital Education Strategy, which promotes equitable access and data-driven decision-making. Supporting university industry research partnerships to stimulate innovation and commercialization.
Parliamentary Committee on Works and Housing Equasetna na chese amude nsem dodo na etu edwa na wo chrebu se obepie mu ewo enkran hanu se yamafo bebre na ana omosisi adan so we hu container obehu entabo dan ewo ho chese miaya ensa ne mfata ana chese omodan no ana se container no akwa akosi na no ana chese mpenifo ede atu edwa se yade so omode hihye mapa eba begu akwem nasa
Well, there's supposed to be a drainage under that the water should look the other side, so it's all choked. You understand? But then the difficulty thing is that now those who live on the other side of even to get out, you have to loop around all that way just for you to get back on this road. You understand? So we are believing that at least we can get a storm drain. Then at least the little waters from the homes that flow into it now can flow westward into the Jatako, and then that should be the only solution.
I believe seriously that it is the right time because we are in a budgeting period, and I believe that the Ministry of Works and Housing will have to be resourced so that we can do concrete lining, not the type that we are seeing here. We need to have concrete lining. And in addition, I think the Ministry of Local Government with an oversight over sanitation should also be up and doing. It is not good.
Na enu echi ana parliament select committee no esanso e de etu edwa wo chemu se wo hwe dansomansi defense project ana se dwumedia na ekoso no ade se wonte ase de biara da ne sanity no wo de nhye mapa begu akwem na maye hwehwemu e de afa sika twitwidi a afa baby no.
Members were not very satisfied with the extent of work that have been done. Looking at the cost of the project, technically, there are a whole lot of issues that members are calling for a probe into the project. We all know that the project was awarded in December, and so far, looking at the extent what the work they have done on site, and so the cost is an issue, and even how procurement and other technical issues are all issues that members are calling for a probe into the project. So that is what we are preparing, and very soon you hear from the committee that we are not very much satisfied.
The quantum of money in this project is not commensurate with the capacity being displayed. We could tell from the foregoing that our presence had to get them to mobilize themselves. There was no material on site. And they were supposed to be doing 22 drawings. 6 had been done, but only 2 out of the 6 were completed. And everybody who has a technical eye could pose questions to even what has been completed. We are not surprised the contractor says that is their first ever attempt at doing a sea defense project. But there are many questions to be answered.
Yeah, that's why ejiremu ewo adihyiamu ensem na so ya wo hwe adihyiamu ensem e de ensem abetu edwa wa chirechire se hu behia pa se achirechirefo betimi aboa na wo hwe eye keji ntotofewa ajeso woko school no betimi aboa wona wo so betimi aye penimpa dache na openi achese onu na ye deputy education minister Clement Apak ekasaye ochiremu se.
We are also going to give proper effect to the 20% in addition to the base salary of teachers who decide to take up teaching positions in less deprived and rural areas. But more importantly, we are looking at training more teachers in the area of foundational learning. So clearly, we are very determined.
So be piemu ewo oman konkron Ghana hanum se ye kasa hodo bebre ewo suapo mu bi te se fante ewe kasa enkran kasa Hausa twi ni ade oko school a just eno na ye be kire wo eno eye Ghanaian language na eno ana chese deputy minister edema education Clement Apak ede atu edwase omanpeni John Dramani Mahama ede atu edwase afi wo ba be kire local languages no ewo school mu ahodo na nde odi atu edwase wo ba be hase ewo KG akwa akosi class 3
of the minister to clarify the directive he made on this very platform on Friday. The Honorable Minister for Education, Harun Idrisu, has asked me to clarify that the policy directive he announced on Friday regarding the compulsory use of mother tongue as a medium of instruction in our public basic schools is confined, emphasis, confined to KG up to primary 3. In other words, KG and lower primary. Having clarified what seems to have given a few persons sleepless nights,
wadano na chese kane former first lady Nana Rollins Ajama Rollins atwa na nanam ewo insiedo nende ade se omampeni abedi echire na na Jeno Poku Ajeman ana feso gamanche Kentak taki day coach ru otosumienu and afin so mpenifo ahodo bia amowo eye omayimu eko eye biaye ho anase biaye a ebusuafo no ewo ekoma amo yako nsense bi na omampenia be de tire de etu edwa
we the telephone come send your message we the do money if you say sana atu yina and take yes you answer something na lokupo de na ni ha you can get number the so they no go am tell sana atu yina ya ba yin so na da money afendi ho eba na o ka fa fun ya na wolu masam akasa intini bitinka ke baka se da mamu nyina titu mo fano no monte asenso sai nyina so ye ho ayi de susu mu na nyenso sano eba ne sano a se de enim no obia ne ekwan ya wafa so a nipa no wahwe na de intini nyina wo kwa ya fa so yisu intini besle ni nyina anso ye ma bibia adwebro bibia nye boko na intini inja no kwan sadia efta ye ka se betan na kana samo a ade besaye nyina yenim ade awoye nyina yenim obra wapo into the back kind se la conference mama ya so akukudlo de ye pay ya yenim se de brede no ye ntoaso na bi na enkoliye na ye ntinya me fa the crazy mama ye nyina so asomdwe e ba mase
na wotwe okwa be fidetin tan so a nsema etwegu se imofra chese omokosu apon foforo senior high school no yese so okwa wase utwa uti no eba fom na no na chese ndey Cstv ye dey yeni akotrebo monte a chese ye bisa afoforo anasa de hye se aso pa se ye betwa yeti asana yakosko ana yenhwe insem bia ye de tudwa
Ghana yempenye for no with the assemblyman youth organizer ECOPIN president omunya afiti omu youth age omu ayi omuti abepi menemre na so mu da so boy ekro no e wo Ghana ha enti omu kan kire mi se etie yi na buni pa no so no na be ma nipa na ekro fo ana no na be ma na ni papa omu jai concert no no mu ye ni ehia hwe nkwada no onko school no onko hwe se nkwada dodo se no mu akonwa atra so enu de enye ni dadwen onko hwe se nkwala dodo be no mu wo books o mu be kirom enu nye ni dadwen so timi egu obi so enti no pepe for no obeka kirom so mu yi hijab na ni bi so edi Roman school for back kirom so mu yi rose ni fru mu kom obiare ni mamre Ghana ha ye wa Ghana ha de won crofo ya wo mu naturally o mu so dreadlocks edi bae enti no so be kan say
nia ye pay for ebese esa eba biemu no ebosi nyina yitie na sopam na ye because say yesa akofa tete atempon so a ebeboaye ebeme ni di aba ememe obu aba akora hu pani obonso hu pani obu be ye adwuma esen enembre abrabo ye ball e wo school no ene na ama yen ene akora wo school kura onfa pani nya hwe onfa ni teacher nya hwe onfa head master nya hwe I am saying the education minister can no kwan no.
School kwala dey say ko school say wo yuti. Sa woni mu say won timi yuti na wa ko school a. Ane sa o efie kula no. Sa wo papa no ma me ba wo no. Sa wo papa o hihye mra wo fie.
Mayembo remu ewo apomodi ensem na Health Insurance Authority nefa eno ewo oti mantem ya de sempelifo aye adwuma so ene wona chese woton nema ewo adwadibia hodo ene wona akwa kasa titiri ne emba no emba chese omoton ade wo market no na wode atu edwase hu behia pa se obetimi renew am health insurance card se ne be ya wako ayaresa se okoje wona ayarehwa eno so betimi ede aye free ede amomo na bi oso peni Julius the same to a just say, wa, overcall a sabia to say, a becha jo, and I say, a becca say, chia bibia sana, a show or say, Sani Yane was say, a ye tremu cry, as I say, and bois, and ma I am Sani, I am soon to me, and coso. My engine and say way so na yanda yan who's my budget dear moose and better.
Yamawa Ediba Answer Company Limited. So who blocks machines here papa. Now the bones to assign Edda for dia. Any na Enwani Answer Company Limited. Your conveyor blocks machines, hydraulic blocks machines, pallets, any blocks machines in one session in and I face so blocks machines are who draw opening in a bin so ewo. To show your chakwan in a year. There was Spinters Road 18 Junction. Yani KFC Dino and a dish anymore. Frey, it was 05,240 and I said 0540 725850. Ansel blocks machines in papa FA.
Maya Samo Bibia Aqua Babio, that's why I share Cstv, area parental break cassia. Nedu so a year a jodiemu and some napenia or da a year cyber security, I know a year divine salasi agbeti and some abetu a jar. Watch Musa a year af fishiabayas a duny a dear cyber and I say fraud no a coswa nisa say. In the ocean, she catches Sayera, and I said, Aquaco Dimuno, a year 225 million Ghana cedis.
A loss of 2.4 million to 4.4 million in just a year. And those are significant numbers. If most people don't understand or aren't even aware that these statistics have gone up. They come from sextortion, they come from defacement, they come from blackmail, they come from data fraud, they come from Momo fraud. It's all a myriad of data fraud transactions that's accumulated to that. The awareness needs to go through from the highest level to the lowest level. The public needs to be encouraged to report these cases. I know there's fear of people bashing them or people ridiculing them because they've been defrauded. So a lot of people stay back, they don't want to talk about it, but they need to report these cases.
Now, Pennypa, what that a managing director at the TDC Ghana Limited, a carriage and Macafeed in some abbey to a dry watcher will say, and in there will share rent and whom in some Kayana and Wakoye Bebre and whom some Makoye Bebre, or Chebu say, or share in day a mouth for the duana, not just a munchia rent a crowd call a year if you feel my hood door stores, I would do offices, I would do. And I just say rent no much, no, or they are 2-1 enemy say 1 bombardier, now 1 3-hour rate no. Now there are 2 just say I feel Baba shall say a free insurance, sorry, send a bear, a beshel be in cry, no, it's me each year. My young home in some way so now your bar, your dear man only and some so a better so. Eda say na wo amanone ensemu opani atwese ye friend sepo bia infia wedie eye ediokron mienu opani kogina ye say yento ne so aba na ntimi embra benya ebiewu na oye opani atwese ye to ne so aba e wo Cameroon man no mu e ade say ndey ababeto ejase abato ni na echi no ade say ono na odi nkunim e wo ntin wo hwa eye ni 8 term na ogusu e wo mu my young bon remo ewa gudiemu ensem na swafu achese ohwe oye in charge of government communication Felix Kwachi Ofoso din sama betu edwa wo chebu say nde wo hwe amafo eta kase wo say coach Otto Ado yetimi pamono efri anakongwa sana say yetimi etu ne na say ade na no na chese wo de atu edwa say openi abone humode pa san say we share a year 2026 World Cup. No, now it's me Abua my boys no. It's me a qualify at the accord and it's already no. A bear them pass a bit me unit to Akungwa.
Mr. Speaker, in the aftermath of the qualification, a number of issues have come to the fore, which I believe merits our attention. There have been calls for the dismissal of the coach who guided us on this qualification path. Mr. Speaker, I believe that these calls are a bit unfortunate and they are misplaced because the man who has guided us to this qualification in stellar fashion is best placed to prepare the team for the competition itself and prepare for the competition itself. So
now what you try more na chese Black Queens and Egypt or my Egypt ekoshia ya chese ye gwa mo 3-0 na no ana chese wasan e ba ye second leg no wasan ni won e ba be share e wo Accra Sports Stadium na ne ana chese mba no ana se Black Queens no dia betu edwa se bonuses a wo hia no enya de se wotimi enya na se wonsa aka na nde ana chese sports minister den sama betu edwa se e bonuses a wo hia no enche kra wo de be ma won
all that are buying and releasing Sika yearly two papers so at the early stages for the various stages, except maybe the quarterfinals and the third place game now or more able. The group stage was annex, but we'll have to use that money for an emergency buy. So clearly we have had August and September, and let's say this month October, 3 months. So we don't owe anybody a dime. So,
na mayombo remu ewo enijedie mu ensem na Perez music ade ono ebo nyamenyo na so to nyamenyo de nsem atudwa wo kire wo sende hwe wo hwe imebunu na omaba no eye den pa se wode wo ho ebewura eye gospel emu esanse ewuremu ekom ewo mpa yi.
One thing that's making the Charlie a come count. Yeah, yes. And you see, before I come to the ECOM, I come to the cause of the ECOM. One thing that's making the Charlie ECOM count. Yeah, yes. And you see, before I come to the ECOM, I come to the cause of the ECOM.
Inti Perez music na wote no enkano ahase no yede kase ye boaboa no ni nano yede ebesi ewa ha Sarah's Dream Jewelry so hwe wana wa omo wo ye Kanishi Asafo Ache Ashi Street by Manuel Amsa Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing ewo Spinters amone eye KFC no NAD in Sherima Ocean Agency worker so amafrom KS Rafime School Limited ewo kaswa Dansuman Runabout and after Silver Street on Brown Wakaswa among from Nap Apartment Hotel and so our Dansuman first link. Me a major opinion they we made some meeting and the mame ama bafwa me that team nina ase akram.